Duck slippers.
Hey guys.
What's up, everybody?
Fuck off.
Here at the end of The War Within, the first dramatic chapter of the World Soul Saga, we've seen the adventure take us into the depths of the world, and even to worlds cast out into the great dark beyond.
He's always
We've seen our
epic.
villain Xal'atath running around and amassing untold power. We've seen her siphon the energies of Dalaran, and even those of the black blood beneath Azj-Kahet. And recently, Xal'atath assumed the power of the last Void Lord,
That suit is really buff.
Dimensius. So the question remains, what will she do with all that power? And what are her intentions relative to our precious World Soul? So now, as midnight descends, and the second, darker chapter of our trilogy begins, Xal'atath has returned to Azeroth, leading an army known as the Devouring Host, intent on snuffing out
Nommers.
the light of the Sunwell
Devouring
and plunging
nom-noms.
the world into darkness. You, the heroes of Azeroth, will be set on a collision course with Xal'atath to save not only Azeroth itself, but everything that is.
That was so dramatic, Mr. Metzen. That was very dramatic.
Hi everyone. As we kick
Hi,
off
Ian.
our Midnight Alpha, we'd like to give you all a deep dive into what's in store. We want to recap everything we've shared so far, along with some brand new details. Today we're going to talk about the story of Midnight, as well as the zones, dungeons, delves, and
I
raids
wonder if
that
they're going to
await if you
clarify
want
the
to
opening
save our
cutscene
world
for
from
people
Xal'atath.
like me who are dumbasses.
We're also
and
going to talk about some big new features coming in Midnight, like Prey and the Devourer Demon Hunter specialization. And of course, let's not forget housing. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No,
And as
this is not the
always,
library.
thank
I'm
you
not
for
sure
being
where
a
they're
part
filming
of this
this.
amazing
This is a
community.
custom-built set.
For choosing to spend your time
For
in
housing.
Azeroth and with each other.
Yeah, I don't know where
Now,
my
without
tank is.
further
Chris
ado,
yoinked it.
Let's see what's in store for
been
our
yoinked
home
already.
away from home. After all, it's nearly midnight.
Oh, after all, it's nearly midnight.
The void storm rages in the sky, a surging vortex of shadow and chaos.
Have they hired a narrator to explain what's going on?
Xal'atath has returned. Wielding the dark heart, she carves a path of destruction through once tranquil lands. Her all-consuming goal, devour the heavens, blot out all light, and bring about her midnight. It is in the shadow of this swirling storm that the defenders of Azeroth must rally once more. For peace, for the light, for the good. This is not a battle. It is a reckoning. At the Sunwell, that eternal bastion of light and hope, Lady Liadrin and Lor'themar Theron lead the Blood Elves as they prepare to make their final stand. Because across all worlds and all stories, one thing never changes. Home is worth fighting for.
I don't know. I
Welcome
fucking don't like my
to
house.
World of Warcraft Midnight.
If Xal'atath showed up at my house to destroy it, I'd fucking just walk out. Like, that's yours.
Your story begins on
worries.
the Isle of Quel'Thalas. In the immediate aftermath of Xal'atath's invasion, the Sunwell surges with light, calling out to all heroes of Azeroth for aid, while the vile creatures of the Void wage a relentless assault in the hopes of extinguishing it once and for all.
Why, though?
Flying monstrosities attack from darkened skies, and malign foes manifest without warning to wreak havoc across the plateau. Stand true with the champions of Azeroth
I assume the Sunwell's
as
the
they
only thing
mount
that
a
can beat her.
desperate defense
That's
against
gotta be
this
that
invasion.
simple.
For if the Sunwell falls, so too does the world.
It did look like Voldemort. Yeah.
The defense of the Sunwell leads you directly into Silvermoon City,
Pretty.
but not the one you know. The renewed light of the Sunwell symbolizes Silvermoon's revitalization, shining over a city fully restored to a thrumming, living capital.
This is going to be really
Familiar
cool to run around in.
landmarks gleam with fresh
Pretty as
polish,
fuck.
while new areas like
Never
the
gonna
Sanctum
find the
of
bank.
Light and the Garden of Remembrance
chance.
offer countless nooks and stories to explore. Inside the city walls, the threat of Xalatath's war draws the Alliance and Horde into wary cooperation, with shared
you
spaces
absolutely be able to
hosting
Dragon
common
Ride in there.
services
Dragon Ride
like
is not going away.
trainers, the auction house, vendors, and more. Around a third of the city remains off-limits to those under the Lion's banner, so the Alliance allegiant should tread lightly or risk being attacked on sight. Outside the city walls, however, is where your role in the fight against the Void really begins to take shape.
Yeah, they said
The
Dragon
strength
Ride
of the
wasn't going away
Sunwell
when it came out.
infuses Eversong Woods with restorative energy, healing much of the damage of wars past and filling the zone with new growth and new life. All of what you remember of this lush, thriving forest is here. But Eversong is also a reimagined landscape of increased scale and greater beauty. Most noticeably, the Ghostlands and Eversong Woods are now joined into one large zone, which is itself joined to the Eastern Kingdoms. Eversong's flourishing fluorescence is not without complication. Though the Sunwell's light is a boon to the environment, its surging power causes pockets of light bloom, small groves of light-enriched growth, to experience surges of their own. The light bloom's rampant propagation, if left unchecked, threatens to smother all life under an overgrown tangle. Your adventures through Eversong will have you investigating the light bloom, dealing with the aftermath of a Hawkstrider chick gone wild, helping a suspicious apothecary with questionable motives, untangling the secrets of two feuding nobles, and even getting caught up in a sinister murder plot, alongside Magister Umbric as he works to crack the secrets
This
of the
sounds like
Void.
they're trying to point players to mini-stories that they think are really good.
It is up to you how
I wonder how
your
many
story
people didn't do like
progresses
the dwarf
beyond
storyline involved
Eversong
with it,
Woods,
etc.
with 3 available paths you can tackle in any order. Brave the ancient troll kingdom of Zulaman. Investigate
choose
the
your second
gnarled
zone.
hidden
Cool.
roots of Harendar, or accompany Arator on his journey to better understand the light, the void, and himself. Zulaman finds the Amani troll empire at one of its lowest points. The homeland of warlord Zuljin, Zulaman was once a place where Loa bestowed to the Amani their godly strength, and were devoutly revered
That's
in
not true.
kind.
Zulaman was where I found
The
them out.
temples still stand, weathered
Can't
but
trick me.
proud. The eagle, the lynx, the dragonhawk, and the bear. Ascend wind-swept sky-scraping peaks, explore ruins shrouded in fog, traverse stormy wilds teeming with vicious beasts, and accompany Zuljara, granddaughter of Zuljin, and the
Oh,
pragmatic
hello,
pillar of
Zuljara.
strength now leading the Amani, as she seeks a means to save her people from void-aligned cultists
I killed your
and the
granddad.
monsters they revere. The Amani are invaluable allies in the defense against Xalatath's invading force. If you help them fight for their home, they will help you fight for yours. At the confluence of the world tree's roots lies an impossible primordial jungle known as Harendar. It is here that Azeroth's entire history wraps, twists, and braids,
like Ardenweald.
a literal entanglement of all that
Which
has
was
been
beautiful,
and
despite,
all that will be.
Despite the concept.
Harendar is a land of magical, powerful growth. Fungal towers, glowing moss bridges, and entire villages sprout from Harendar's wild, organic fabrics. The pulsing heart of this knotted tangle is the cradle, once the domain of a nascent goddess, long vanished, and now the home of the Haranir, who have for generations lived
is the
secretly
new
under
allied
its
race.
soothing light. The reclusive Haranir are a proud and insular people.
Gross.
They have long avoided interfering in matters of the world above, but Xalatath's destructive ambition does not stop at the surface, and the Haranir can no longer afford the luxury of neutrality. There is another way you can help with the defense of Azeroth against Xalatath's cruel machinations. Accompany Erator, son of Turalian and Aleria Windrunner, on a continent-spanning journey in the hopes of bolstering the Sunwell and
fuck is
strengthening
Aleria
the
Windrunner?
vanguard of the light. This story-driven adventure finds you traveling with Erator as he searches for sacred relics and attempts to peel back the mysteries of the Void, all while grappling with his own relationships to his family
Scarlet Monastery.
and the light.
That's Scarlet
Erator's
Monastery.
mission brings new experiences to familiar locations.
That was Scarlet Monastery.
Defend Light's Hope Chapel from an attack by Scourge forces. Fight through the darkened corridors of Scarlet Monastery to put to rest those who would pervert the light for their own nefarious gain.
Sick.
And work with Sunwalker Desco in Hammerfall to help
Sunwalker
Erator
Disco.
in discovering the paladin he aspires to become. Erator's story reaches its climax in the shadow of Blackrock Mountain, where alongside the
Classic
Sons
Andes
of Lothar,
rejoice.
he must face the weight of his father's legacy and decide once and for all whether he is willing to rise to meet it.
Hey, I'm a nostalgia
The
boy.
raging center of an unraveling shadowy maelstrom and the epicenter of Xal'atath's power, Voidstorm overflows with violence, chaos, and hostility. Stormfields twist and fold
I'm getting a
in
massive
space.
Burning
Gravity
Crusade vibe.
becomes
Every zone is
untethered
radically
and tethers
different.
again.
There's a lot of TBC
Insatiable
influence here.
void creatures known as Dominar stalk the storm,
Huge TBC
each one
influence.
as unique and ancient as it is hateful and hungry. They carry on their
I
eternal
don't give a
hunt for
fuck.
power
TBC's my
under the
favorite
black
expansion, bro.
days of
I'm
three
down.
enormous
Absolutely
nexus
down.
points, hubs of the malicious dark energy Xal'atath draws upon to fuel her void spar and conduct her unyielding assault against the Sunwell. Join Azeroth's champions and the Void
what
Elves
is that?
in their quest to understand
Is that what came out
powers
of the
this
Sunwell?
storm
We should throw
and
it back.
stave off its approach. Though much of the world of Midnight lies in the ominous shade of the encroaching void, there is at least one refuge for the weary, the Arcantina. What began as a hidden sanctuary is now a not-so-secret tavern haven for Horde and Alliance alike. A big, cozy space
Cross-faction
filled by
chat.
music, chatter, and life.
Chatter?
If the void is the bleak and the cold, the Arcantina is its opposite. A warm spark in the heart of every patron. It is a place to gather with friends, find the perfect comfy
Ain't no way
sitting
they're
room,
allowing
or just
cross-faction
soak
chat
in
in
the
there, right?
atmosphere of a well-traveled
I mean, that's an
watering
orc and a
hole.
human.
As a crossway for people of all kinds, the Arcantina
not for
also serves as a
ERP.
source of new adventures.
Yeah, it's probably free up.
Familiar faces stop by here and there, spinning
No,
stories
no,
and offering
fuck
quests
him
that
off.
send
No,
you
fuck
far
off.
across Azeroth in search of relics
We're
of
not
the
doing that
past.
again. We're
Follow
not
the
doing
course
that
they
again.
set for you to
No.
discover a fresh perspective on familiar locations.
People get kicked
Xal'atath
out
is
of guilds because that
determined in her
fucking guy.
destiny, an unrelenting foe with an army that never sleeps. But you can't live
Hey, Hot
every
Wheels.
moment in grim resistance. The Arcantina is always here, should you find yourself in need of a little respite. The mysteries of the origins of the Void and the knowledge and power to stop it are not to be found
Why
only
didn't
on
you
the
show me this
surface.
at Gamescom? No wonder
For
people
true
were pissed off.
deliverance, as always, hides in snarled
fuck, Europe.
labyrinths, looming temples, deadly ruins. These delves, dungeons, and raids are the real font of power, the sacred and defiled spaces from which strength is not just earned, but taken. Across this void-darkened world hide myriad delves overflowing with incalculable danger. Located on the Isle of Quel'Thalas, Parhelion Plaza is an outdoor delve that drops you into the heart of the defense of the Sunwell. Fight against the surge of the Void's attack by restoring Parhelion's
Delves, I
defenses,
sleep. Trolls,
commanding
I'm
an
awake.
artillery of
Delves, I
light,
sleep.
ducking into pocket dimensions and putting down Gladius Slana, a Dominar who uses summoned Voidwalkers as weapons against your stand. Expect to plunge the depths of 9 other delves and 1 seasonal nemesis delve when Midnight launches. You do not have
It
to
looks-
face
I
these
mean,
delves alone.
Not just because of Silvermoon, but it feels very
Valyria
Burning Crusade.
Sanguinar is a powerful new companion with a rogue-minded approach to problem-solving. As a DPS, her killing spree ability has her moving through the shadows to lash out at multiple enemies. As a healer, she uses vampiric
Fucking
reaping
perverts.
to rip away the life force of enemies into orbs you can collect to heal. And as a tank,
Keyboard turner
she
spotted.
uses your first mistake to taunt and do damage over time to any enemy that turns their back on her to attack her ally. Valyria is also a prolific provider of poisons that, depending on her role, empower you with more damage, better avoidance, increased speed, and more. Your adventures in Midnight eventually lead you down darker paths, paths that end in overgrown corridors and ruin-stricken relics, forgotten places of powers best left unstirred. Yet these dungeons promise plunder worthy of the peril, should you have the courage to overcome the challenges within. Windrunner Spire, the former residence of the Windrunner family, haunts the skyline of Eversong Wood's western shore. The strained relationship of its namesake sisters,
Spooky ghosts.
Verisa, Sylvanas, and Ilaria, imbues its halls with a sullen, spiteful energy. The restless spirits bound to this animosity threaten all who draw near. Among these spirits walks the Windrunner's sole brother, Lirith, who needs your help in quelling this
There's a
restlessness
Windrunner brother?
and clearing his
Fuck off.
once great
No, there's
home
not.
of hate.
You just made that up.
Serenity, however, is not so
That's
easily
not
claimed.
fucking Windrunner
There are
brother.
other forces
What?
that seek dominion over
What's
this
he called?
domain.
Alf?
Emberdawn, a fire-colored dragonhawk, claims the dilapidated
Alf
gardens of
Windrunner?
the Spire
What the
as a
fuck?
nest for her young. She is fiercely territorial, answering
Shut
intruders
up.
with both
That's
talon
not Windrunner,
and
brother.
flame. The derelict
No one
duo
would've called me
comprised
out on
of the
that years
Banshee
ago.
Callis and her loyal abomination Latch lead a band of fanatical
Fucking Alf
undead in a
Windrunner.
hunt for relics tied to Sylvanas. They meet outside interference with a mix of
What's
shadowy
his
magic
name?
and brute strength.
Yeah,
Commander
the Windrunners are
Croddock, a
becoming
merciless orc
Takeshis.
who oversaw countless conquests during the Second War that took Lirith Windrunner's life,
I
stalks
am
the
Takeshi
Spire with an
Windrunner.
insatiable bloodlust. Since being
Alf.
slain in vengeance
Fucking-
by
what's he
Ilaria,
called?
Krolok
Can't be
knows
Alf.
only torment
Is he called
and
Alf?
the desire
Really?
to pass it on. The restless
Luke.
heart,
No,
a
it said- it said
concentrated
Alf.
whirlwind of grief
Lyra.
and suffering born from the conflict of the Windrunner sisters, envelops all who remain in turbulent
Lyra.
turmoil.
Okay.
This swirling spectre
That's
takes the
Sylvanas.
form of a ranger, combining the power of the wind with volleys of arrows to cut down the uninvited.
Okay.
Windrunner Spire was, at one point, a living embodiment of family and of legacy. With the help of Lirith and your allies, you can make it so once more.
Alf Windrunner.
7 more dungeons await you in Midnight, each one crawling with the cutthroat and the
Sylvanas
craven.
has literally called him
Magister's
Lil Rat.
Terrace and Murder Row in Eversong Woods.
That's fucking
The Den
cool.
of Nalorak and Mysara Caverns in Zulaman, Blinding Veil in Harendar, and the Voidscar Arena and Nexus Point Zenith in
An
Voidstorm.
arena. I would love a dungeon that's actually an arena.
The most
Not like
tyrannical
TOC, but
antagonists
like a
of
proper
Azeroth
arena.
work their dark deeds
gonna see
from
the
within
raid?
Midnight's 3
Cool.
new raids. The Void Spire, where 6 bosses hold court over the heart of the Void and muster against the amassing vanguard of the Light as it readies to storm the walls of Xalatath's stronghold. The Dream Rift, where you must join in the hunt for an undreamt god that never should have been, and put down half-birthed
No
abominations
footage. Okay.
that lash out
Look at
against
the door.
existence
Look
itself.
at this door. What an awesome door.
And the march on Quel'Thalas, an encounter
see the
still
door?
shrouded
What a
by
door.
the fog of war, beyond the known presence of Beloren, the void-corrupted phoenix, who stakes a ceaseless watch over the entrance to the chambers beyond. The void threatens to end all of Azeroth, to rend the world in the squall of a black tempest. But the extraordinary power it carries does provide opportunities to those heroes willing to embrace it. Devourer demon hunters bend the void to their will, ripping void fragments from their enemies and using them as the power source for cataclysmic spells. They are mid-range damage dealers, armed with a summonable void scythe, darting in and out of the fray as they dance on the line between control and chaos. Voidblade and Hungering Slash work in concert. Dash into melee range to deliver a series of crushing void scythe attacks, then use Vengeful Retreat
res.
to escape
No
the
red
enemy's
mage.
reprisal. You can also start this combo off with a void-charged The Hunt. Metamorphosis transforms you into a familiar state of cursed power. The more you feed it, the longer it lasts. Ride the wave of annihilation by tearing apart souls and staying alive. Reap is a sweeping scythe attack that consumes all of your soul fragments for one massive burst of damage. Use
Damage?
Void Ray to cut through enemies in a straight line and leave them smoldering.
Apparently this is like
Collapsing
Surrender to
Star
Madness.
channels the immense energy of a dying star,
When they talked about
focusing
it, they
it
said
into
it's a
one
lot like
single
Surrender to Madness.
destructive
You go into
blast.
meta and you got to
The
fight
more
to
you
stay
cast
in
it during your void
don't die when you come
metamorphosis,
out of it.
the stronger it gets. Demon hunters also find themselves with new disciples in Midnight. Void elves are sharpening their warglaives and joining the hunt. Newly awakened to the dire threat of Midnight, the Haranir join the fight for the surface as the next playable allied race. Haranir are deeply entwined with the organic world.
Why would you play
Theirs
anything
is a
but
culture
undead
shaped
male?
not by
Makes
cities
no
or by
sense.
conquest, but by the roots, the stones, the quiet pulse of the deepest breath of the world. Their armor, their weapons, their skin, all are infused with the inner light of organic power. Even the mightiest primordial predator
is
in
what,
Harendar knows
Arwina
to fear
was,
the
right?
telltale luminescence of a
dancing
Haranir's markings
voodoo
in the
lady?
dense jungle brush. They are primal, ferocious hunters, a force of nature unto themselves, who possess the racial ability to travel along the roots of the world, from Harendar to any world tree, or
That does
from
not
anywhere
sound best
back
for raids.
to Harendar. Haranir are versatile warriors who can choose from a wide range of paths, including those of the warrior, hunter, rogue, priest, shaman, mage, warlock, monk, and druid. The last of which has all new forms that reflect the Haranir's unique connection
I will give
to
it
those
credit.
hidden
The tree
parts
farm is
of the
banter.
earth.
Like, tree farm is actually this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm fucking digging tree
Prey
farm.
is a secret
To be a little
opt-in
goblin
initiative
branch guy?
run out of
I'm down.
Silvermoon City by Astalor Bloodsworn, a blood elf with what some might call a colorful past. Astalor is after one thing: anguish, a
Sunlight.
powerful magic siphoned from Azeroth's deadliest threats. And he's offering generous compensation to heroes who are courageous or foolhardy enough to go chase it. Astalor's lair in Murder Row is your base of operations for Prey, the place where you pick your targets, track your progress, and collect your rewards, including cosmetics, mounts, titles, and housing items. The deeper you go, the harder the challenges, and the more you unlock. Prey has 3 difficulties. Normal, which serves as an introduction to the system,
looks like
along with
that,
offering plenty of
lady that
challenge.
attacked
Hard,
Ariel in
where the
Little
ambushes
Mermaid.
get meaner and the encounters more intense. And Nightmare, which is just about the fastest way to gain intimate knowledge of Midnight's many new and scenic graveyards.
I'm looking forward to trying this out.
Prey
I
can
suspect
ambush
if you
you at
overgear
any
it, you just
time,
win.
whether you're questing, exploring, or minding your own business. Each time you defeat your target, you increase your advantage by tiring them out and buying time to find whatever dark hole they're hiding in. Higher difficulties incorporate torments, personal afflictions that only impact you. Torments cause a wide range of effects, like creating an AoE damage puddle under recently deceased foes, or haunting you with a bloody
Raven, have you
spirit
seen the
that deals
new,
lethal
Shadow
damage
Priest
when
spell?
it catches you.
They got rid of
A torment can
Shadow
also
Crash.
manifest in the
You
form of
spawn hentai
Astalor's
now.
impatience, forcing you to make a kill within a specific time limit before Astalor simply extracts his payment from you. Prey targets are all different, and all
You get
deadly.
wigglers.
Magister Sunbreaker, a disgraced blood elf whose reckless magic is a threat to Silvermoon and everyone near it. High Vindicator Vareem, a zealot who believes the void can only be defeated by covering the entire world in holy flame, and is ready to put that belief to the test.
What a dick.
Executor Canius, a
Ursula.
sadistic dominar whose primary hobby is murdering anyone foolish enough to challenge his martial prowess. Prey is a way to add excitement, unpredictability, and challenge to your journey through Midnight.
Okay.
But be warned, there's a reason Astalor isn't chasing these targets himself. For those who tread the worn paths and soaring skyways of Azeroth, it is more than a world, more than story, character, or conflict. Azeroth is, and always will be, home. Housing in Midnight is dedicated to that
I'm so
ineffable
excited to
feeling
see
of
what you
being
guys
part
make in
of
here.
something bigger,
You talented
of
fucks.
something greater, of living a real life as a true part of a real world. Housing in WoW is built to give you boundless self-expression in
I
the
saw
place
him
you
make that
call
room.
yours.
He did that for us
Collect
as a
hundreds
demonstration.
of decorations and dive deep on customization.
That whole thing that you just
Place,
saw took,
rotate,
I'm
scale,
not going to say his name,
and
but it
move
took him like
items
15
to your
minutes.
heart's content. This is more than changing a coat of paint or choosing a different picture frame. It's a sandbox for your imagination. World of Warcraft has over 2 decades of content, and the time you've spent in Azeroth over the years will yield a bounty of housing rewards. Milestones like completing your Legion Order Hall campaign or finishing completionist achievements like Back to the Beyond will award housing items post facto. You'll also earn decor through dungeons and raids, reputation vendors, achievements, quest lines, housing endeavors, the auction house, holidays and live events, and crafting. All professions from all expansions can craft decor. Search the world for lumber, a new gathering resource, and use it to craft decorations that can be bought and sold on the auction house. Many housing-specific items can be dyed, giving you greater control of the finer details of decorating.
Like armor, right?
Imagine your dream home. Collect and craft the decor to bring it to reality. Then tweak it until it is just right.
I am hyped for you guys to get
Floor
this.
plans
This system
are
is fucking
flexible.
really good.
You can rotate and
It's
stack
really,
rooms to
really
create
good.
multi-floor
Annoyingly so.
structures. A variety of room types and
I
shapes
got so
are
hurt with
available,
garrisons.
including normal squares and rectangles, L and T hallways, as well as some more fantastical configurations. Advanced mode takes the toolset even further, allowing you to adjust each piece of decor exactly as you want. Rotate, float,
Notice
scale,
two people
and more
building in the same
to make
house
your
there.
home a perfect reflection of your
Noted.
taste.
Noted.
And that's just the inside. The outside of your house
Oh,
is
shit.
also customizable. Place your home how you want it on your plot. Add fountains, statues, planters, and more. Change out your windows. Pick the perfect chimney. Add a tower, and decide on the door of your dreams. Exterior
the same
plots also
outside
have the
as
same
inside.
advanced mode as
Okay.
interiors for even more modification.
Cool.
At Midnight's official launch, you'll have a choice between exterior themes based on orcs, humans, blood elves, and night elves. These aren't just skins, they're full architectural styles with unique customization options. Orc homes feature hide rooftops, bonfires, and rugged surfaces.
Boo.
Human homes
Boo.
are rustic, with sturdy stone
Forsaken all
walls,
riot.
warm wooden floors, and colorful banners. Level up your house to unlock more flexibility. New rooms and floors, bigger house sizes, increases in the number of spots for decor, and more. Every house is in a shared zone known as a neighborhood,
Yeah,
where
it's gotta
you
be
and others can
renowned
show off
somehow.
your homes, build community, and participate in rolling
get
challenges
dogs.
to earn housing rewards.
You can get
Neighborhoods
dogs,
feature a wide variety
you
of
rat
biomes,
bastards.
from spooky forests and coastal plains in Founder's Point to lush oases and windswept bluffs in razor-wind shores. All contain different kinds of plots. Some are secluded and quiet, while others are clustered for the socially vibrant. Your neighborhood is faction
You can see
coded
yourself
in its
socially
aesthetics,
vibrant.
but not faction
Plus one in the
exclusive
chat if you
in
are
its
socially
residency.
vibrant.
You have the choice between two types of neighborhood. Private neighborhoods where guilds or groups of friends can
Minus
form their
one.
own space. Public neighborhoods where you'll find a home among friends you haven't met yet. Private neighborhoods come in two varieties. Guild neighborhoods, which scale to fit your guild roster, and charter neighborhoods, which are capped at 50 homes and are perfect for tight-knit communities. Endeavors are monthly neighborhood-wide activities that bring everyone together to complete tasks, unlock themed decorations, and contribute to helping your neighborhood evolve. Participate in endeavors to earn house XP and community coupons that give you access to exclusive decor. Above all, housing is designed to help you find your perfect space and transform it to your own fantasy haven. To create your own home, sweet home.
And there you have it. Thank you so much on behalf of
That's
the
a
entire
lot.
World of Warcraft team for joining us for this overview
I didn't
of
see
Midnight.
any undead.
And if after what you just saw you can't wait to get your hands on housing, don't worry, because it's coming your way if you have Midnight in early December of this year. Thank you again, and we'll see you in Azeroth.
There's a Q&A coming. That's because I'm blind, you think so? more. Housing is early December. Housing is early December. That's if you pre-ordered midnight. Nameplates. I said housing is coming in December.
Friends, we hope you've enjoyed this deeper look at Midnight. But as you can see, this fight is far from over. The drums of war thunder once again, and Azeroth needs her champions, now more than ever.
Okay, so it is coming in 2026. All right, it is coming in 2026. So housing is December. That works. That works. Housing's going to be December, and then the game is coming so what? January, February? Probably. Right? Yeah, it's got to be before GTA 6. Yeah, what are Apex talents? Apex talents are these new talents that are going to be a talent tree that do something really silly and over the top. Yeah. July. July. Yeah, Methuzahla, man. He didn't come to Gamescom. I was looking forward to meeting him.